What's going on? It is James, VP of Sales over here at ProLine CRM, and today we're going to be looking at roofing CRM features and my tier list. Most of you probably are using a CRM that does what a CRM is supposed to do quite shitty, and we're going to go into why. Because first and foremost, we got to define what CRM means. It's customer relationship. And here it says manager, but it's really management software, customer relationship management software. So what does that mean? Well, it means that it legitimately, fundamentally, before anything else, helps you manage customer relationships. Okay, not helps you wipe your butt. Okay, not helps you, have deep database sets, right? Helps you manage relationships primarily. If it doesn't do that, it's probably not really a CRM. Maybe it's an ERP, maybe it's production management software, maybe it's a database, right? Maybe it's something like that. But the standard for the tier list that we're going to go through is, does this feature help you manage your customer relationships automatically or easily? Now, this could be in communication during production. This could be front-end interaction. This could be sales process, billing, collections, etc. But this is the standard for it. Does the feature that we're talking about help you manage your customer relationships automatically or easily? Yes or no? And then if it's yes, where on the stack is it? And if it's no, it's just going to go to the very bottom. Okay, so let's dive in. First and foremost, at the bottom, we've got quoting, material orders, communication, email blasts, canvassing, job boards, automations, reporting, document storage, supplier integrations, budgeting, customer portals, measuring, QuickBooks integration, mobile app, invoicing, and social media. Okay. Some of this is going to be controversial. Okay. Some of this is absolutely going to be controversial. But off rip, if you do not have communication, then you are fundamentally not a CRM. So that needs to be one. Right? Now, when I say communication, I'm talking about one-to-one at scale. I'm not talking about one-to-many. CRMs don't necessarily need marketing blast functionality, one-to-many, like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact, although that is, something that would be a nice to have. Not a need to have, in my opinion, but a nice to have. Now, canvassing, there are so many canvassing tools out there that it would be nice. It would be nice if the CRM had it. But there's a lot of canvassing tools, right, that people can just connect, right, to the software. So I would say, canvassing is maybe a sure. Like that would be cool. Job board, yep, we definitely have to have that, right, because we want to also decrease communication internally and decrease the delay that it's going to take from the time that a customer needs something and we get it done. Material orders, yeah, I guess. It is something that I think most softwares really prioritize, but I also think it's something that doesn't really necessarily manage communication, right? But quoting is a big one. If you do not have quoting inside the CRM, you are screwed. Absolutely, positively, you are screwed. And the reason why is because then you gotta plug into another software, and there's a couple market leaders, or a market leader, and then a couple other softwares that are out there that can do multi-option, multi-structure, can do a variety of things on the retail side. Now, insurance, obviously, it's a little bit different, but if you do not have quoting inside your CRM, and actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna keep that must-have. Because if you don't have it, then you're not able to present appropriately. Then you're not able to follow up appropriately automatically, right? Which brings me kind of to my next point here, and that's automation. Automation is a must-have, and if you don't have it, you're literally just pissing in the wind. And I'm not talking about process automations. I'm talking about communication. I'm talking about emails, text, automatic task assignment to make calls, and I'm also talking about rep level. Okay, most people miss that communication needs to happen, and they just think my info at email or my 1-800 or my vanity number needs to communicate. No, I am fundamentally saying that your reps should be communicating, automated to manual. Your reps, your sales reps, your front of office, your PM, your person in billing, right? Anyone that's front of house that's going to be interfacing with the customers should be doing so inside the CRM, email, SMS, and calling. And you need some automation to do that because we are human and we do not have the capacity to keep up with every single person all over the place all at the same time. So you need that absolutely. Now, document storage, okay, I think that that's really a nice to have. It's going to help you on the CRM side, but it's not really going to necessarily help communication. Reporting, I think this is also a nice to have, not because you don't need reporting entirely, but reporting itself is not necessarily going to give you as much feedback because it's really more of a retrospective, like a lag measure, right? When you look at historical reports here, what's going to give you a better idea of what the hell is going on is your communication with those customers, is the emails, the texts, the phone calls, the log of that. Hopefully, for your sake, that you have this in the CRM, and if you don't, well, you might want to start looking around. Now, customer portal, I think a lot of people will argue with me here. I think this is you know what? I think it can do a lot, but sometimes it's overwhelming for the customers. So I would say it's a nice to have. Measuring, it doesn't have anything to do with actually helping the customer outside of just quickly sending an estimate. So we'll say, no, we're going to actually say must have, because I think it's perhaps a pivotal process, a part of the process for the quoting. Supplier integrations, y'all are going to kill me for this. I don't think it has any business being inside of a CRM. I also think that that QuickBooks is like, it's okay, right? But if you're a big enough company, like, man, come on. Just have somebody do the work. Social media, I think that's, sure, I guess, but I don't know, that really feels, that feels like a HubSpot Go High level thing to me, which is fine. Like y'all get your panties in a wad if you want about that being in the CRM. I know our dev team is looking at getting social media inboxes and posting inside of our CRM at some point. However, I just think that for managing relationships, the way that most people use social media in the roofing space, it's just in a me, I promotional way. I think that for those people, the social media doesn't make sense. For those people that are building a brand, that are building a personal brand, that are communicating, that are asking questions, that are engaging with the community, social media could be great. But for most of you, the way you use social media for your business, we don't need that crap. Budgeting. So this is going to be something, and it's really not going to, I'm going to put it on sure, I guess, not because it's not necessary, but it is not something that you're going to necessarily need to communicate to customers. Mobile app. Okay. This is a must-have. There are CRMs that exist that do not have a mobile app, that have a web app that they just say, hey, you just need to save on your phone home screen or what have you. That's a piss poor idea, and it's a piss poor idea because there is absolutely no reason that you should have people that are 85 or 90% in the field not using something that is easily accessible on mobile, that is easily accessible by one of the app stores, that is wrapped in a way where it can be utilized by someone in the field. And so I think that's a must-have, period, end of story. And then I think, because some of you cats like to do things differently, I would say, I don't know here, right? I'm going to go with invoicing must-have. And the reason I'm going to go with the invoicing must-have is just because I feel like it's a better customer experience and better communication with the customer if those invoices are coming from the person you've been communicating with and they're being followed up on by email and text, perhaps even delivered by email and text, and then invoicing inside, right? That kind of ties out to payment processing, right? So if we're to say this, if I'm to expand that to invoicing and payments, well, then it's absolutely must have. Because there is no reason that your CRM cannot take payments, card or ACH, cannot log external payments, cannot send the invoices, and then follow up with them on your team. So I know that this list is going to piss some people off. That is okay to me. Absolutely fine. Totally down to be pissing some people's Cheerios on what this looks like for me. But if we're to again go back to say, what does a CRM do to manage these relationships? And if we look at the tiers here, as the only standard here is what helps us manage those relationships automatically or easily, this is my board. So hate it, love it, drop a comment below on what you think about it. I'm sure tons of you are going to be pissed off at me and you're going to hop on a demo with me or Brett or somebody else and say, that James guy, he's stupid. And that's okay. I'm going to live whether you think I'm stupid or not. So hope you'll have a great week, and talk soon.